Why? 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 If you don't know what I'm talking about, the U.S. just lost the dumbest game in history, losing to Uruguay 1-0. Which you might be like, Uruguay, they're a good team. Two not named players that I might know exist that started were Darwin Núñez and Valverde. That was it. And the U.S. are ranked 11th. 11th, according to FIFA. Which, it doesn't mean, boo-hoo, you lost to Uruguay. We lost because of the dumbest ref. At first, he allowed this goal by Uruguay, as you saw in the intro. Then, 20 minutes later, nearing the ending of the game, Pulisic was fouled inside the box, which would have given them a penalty to tie the game up, which wasn't allowed, even though clearly it affected the way of the shot, as said by multiple announcers, videos, and just in general. Everyone knew completely that he was fouled inside the box. But now the problem isn't we lost to them. We got knocked out of the Copa America because this ref sucks. Now, sure, it was one of his first games, and I can forgive him. He was kind of nervous. But you usually always check VAR. Because if you check VAR, if he checked VAR, he would have noticed that the Uruguayans were offside, which would have made the game 0-0. Which, sure, even if Panama beat Bolivia, they would have been at 1 goal difference. But that exact same thing would have been with us. We would have been tied on goal difference if they allowed our goal, if they disallowed the Uruguayan goal. And then Pulisic scored a pen. And then they allowed the pen. We would have been tied. We would have been tied in points. But no! They have to... Duh! And it's bad because first we start off beating Bolivia 2-0, as expected. Then in a tricky game against Panama, other questionable calls, just some bad passing led the U.S. to lose 2-1. So now they gotta go against Uruguay and have to come out with a win. And they need Bolivia. Either way, if Bolivia won, then the U.S. would have made it through. If Bolivia won, because goal difference. If Bolivia won, but they didn't. So the U.S. didn't make it through. So this sucks a lot because now the U.S. are eliminated from Copa America. And now we have to sit here in, questionable calls. But seriously. And everyone's somewhat blaming the players for not playing their best and blah, blah, blah. No. Sure, some questionable choices, like they could have passed it down the shot that would have went in, which... If that went in and Pulisic was awarded his penalty, then the U.S. would have made it through, blah, blah, blah. Same thing, whatever. But they didn't do that. Instead of passing it clearly to a wide open person with a wide open shot, he decides to shoot it at net, which, yes, net was open, but there were 2 defenders there right where he was. If he passed it to 9, he would have had an open net shot, which would have tied the game up. Then later, if Pulisic was awarded his penalty, even not including the other goal that would have made the game tied, which would have made it a lot easier for the U.S. because they found their momentum and they found out what the Uruguayans beat them at, and so they're going to continue using it against them. But because this ref can't tell what offsides is, it doesn't happen. But I just wanted to make a quick video explaining my thoughts, explaining why the U.S. really should have won that game, or at least drew the game, because some things were questionable. Offsides call for like the 500th time. Anyways, see you later. I'm Day Games. Goodbye.